Yeah, I don't know. All right, I think I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. How's the video? How's the audio? This is the first time I've done this with a cell phone. Can I switch the camera around? I can. There you go. What's up, YouTube? Chilling. It was just raining about 30 minutes ago, and now it is getting sunny. About to sun my buns. What's up? Check out my water. It looks really weird. You guys will like this. Whoa. What's up, MJ? Hashtag Pete and Chill. Check that out. It's just water with 1 drop of a methylene blue. You guys heard of methylene blue? And of course, I'm not recommending this. This show is not here to give you medical advice. I'm not a doctor. Methylene blue is a really, really interesting dye. It's actually a dye that is actually a mitochondrial enhancer. It improves mitochondrial function. Yeah, it is a copper mug. Always copper mug. I like my copper mug. It's nice and cold too. Oh, although it could use a polish. It's well worn. Chachunga says she can't get her cookies to turn out right. What cookies you talking about, Chachunga? Cat C says the sky is breathtaking, isn't it? How amazing is just like natural weather, nice, beautiful, natural, fluffy clouds. Love it. Real cumulus clouds. Check out those big old thunderheads over there. We had some rain last night and some rain this morning. Colleen says good morning from SoCal. What's up, Colleen? Am I strictly keto? I am strictly keto at the moment. I'm not strictly keto always, for life. I'm strictly healthy. I'm strictly happy. No, it's like, here's how I see keto. Keto is a tool. Keto is a very, very important tool for me. It's a tool that I've been using for about 4 years now as my baseline diet. That's what it is. It's a tool. Keto is not my foundation for life. Keto's not my reason for living. Keto's not like I don't know, that's not a religion. It's not a god to me. It's just a lifestyle thing. But I think understanding the ketogenic diet in context is really important, right? There's a lot of people out there promoting keto right now, and if you check out all this, it's trending, right? Keto is trending. Oh, which the inner rebellious kid inside of me, the inner rebellious child inside of me, just gets so peeved when things I like are trending, right? Like, we want to feel like we're special when we do something or we like something, but that's a mistake, you know? I mean, it's a distortion. What we do, what we like, the activities we enjoy are not what make us special. They're not what make us, your diet doesn't make you special. I think there's a lot of crap out there with people promoting ketogenic diet as if it's like the cure for everything, as if it's just the best way to do anything. And it's like, I don't know. I can never commit to that, even though I do it, and it's like my favorite way of eating. And I very infrequently come out of ketosis. And when I do eat carbohydrates, I still eat a high-fat diet, but just a little bit lower carbs. Look at all these comments. What's up, guys? So anyways, I'm just babbling in the sunshine. It's really cool being able to do this outside. I had to buy a new phone. I had to buy a smartphone. I had to buy a new iPhone because my iPhone 6 took a dump on me. So here it is. All right. Anyways, yeah, keto is my favorite way of eating. Anyway, I don't make a religion out of it. It's cool. It's fun. It's not going to, make you happy or make you fulfilled. And it's not going to do all the work for you, right? Like, just being in ketosis doesn't guarantee fat loss. I just put out a video yesterday talking about that. Just being in ketosis doesn't mean that you're healthy, right? It doesn't mean that you're metabolically superior to the inferior glucose addict sugar burners. It's like all this rhetoric, all this nonsense talk. There's a lot of weirdness out there. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about that. Getting that vitamin D. All right, so I'm outside. I'm in the sun. How much sunblock did I put on? None. I do not wear sunblock. oh, that's why you got wrinkles on your head. And I got wrinkles on my head because I've been thinking too hard. I've been thinking my whole life. I had those wrinkles since I was 15. But no sunblock, getting that vitamin D. And it's more than just vitamin D, right? When we're in the sun, when we're out in the natural sunlight, that red light, these red frequencies of light, 660 nanometers up to like 810 nanometers as well. And there's different frequencies that activate different physiological processes in the body, like the release of nitric oxide. It actually liberates nitric oxide, vasodilates you, makes you feel super good, and those frequencies of light can help improve testosterone. I'm moving around a bunch because, I don't know, I like to move around. I don't like to sit still. Chemo Sabi, what's up? State of Being, how's it going? Alistair, how's it going, man? Says afternoon/evening from the UK. What's up? Everybody in the UK always catches me late. Beautiful background, she says. 6 Retro 6, what's up? Greetings from Iceland. What supplements do you recommend outside of potassium, magnesium, and sodium? None. There's no supplements that I recommend for everybody. Supplementation is not something that I recommend to everybody across the board. Now, there's different herbs and stuff that I use. There's different, there's a million different reasons that one might want to use certain supplements. But there's none that I recommend across the board. Get your nutrients from food when you can. It's like a lot of people say, oh, everyone's got to take a vitamin D. Well, how about you just go outside? Why don't you just go chill in the sunshine, vasodilate your skin, because it's actually much more than vitamin D that's going on here. There's an entire melanocortical system that's being activated. It's activating regions of the brain, the pineal gland. It's activating, your hypothalamus. Everything in your body is, every single physiological process in our body is regulated by light cycles. So natural light, that's a supplement that you should use, right? How about free supplement? Wherever you are, and it can be super cloudy or it can be sunny. Right here, it's kind of nice. It's like cloudy, sunny. Earlier, it was raining. I was still outside. Those frequencies of light will go through. The red light will actually penetrate clouds. You could still get the beneficial effects of the vasodilation, of vitamin D production, which vitamin D, I guarantee, this is the reason I almost mockingly say vitamin D from the sun, because it's so much more, it's not so simple. It's like, oh, you go in the sun and that's your vitamin D. That's an oversimplification. There's way more going on. But we're going to find soon, and science is going to be pushing in this direction really soon, that there are many other things going on rather than just vitamin D. Every single cell in our body runs on a circadian clock. We've got an internal master clock in our body that's regulated by light. So yeah, I'd say the one supplement that I recommend for everybody: sunshine on your skin. No matter what latitude you're at, no matter how poor the UV quality is, even if it's cloudy outside, getting outside in natural light, away from artificial light, will make you feel good, will make you feel better, will aid in fat loss due to the decrease in inflammation. They find that so-called vitamin D also lowers blood sugar. But of course, like I said before, vitamin D is just one precursor hormone that's involved in many different physiological processes. When you look at the spectrum of how these things transform and transmute in the body, vitamin D is made from cholesterol. Sulfated cholesterol in the skin is needed to create vitamin D when you go out in that thing right there, that sun. All right, let's see. Hello, your advice of eating breakfast early, even if I'm not hungry, really helped me out with hunger through the day. Thanks. Ken, what's up, man? Thank you. That's really cool. So that's the thing. Faith, thank you so much. She says, love your channel. You're too real. I'm too real. I'm too real. That's why Google demonetizes all my freaking videos now. Let's start complaining about Google and YouTube taking over the flipping world now. Google demonetizes every one of my videos is now demonetized within a few minutes. It's almost not possible to get enough sun exposure in winter if you're in northern Europe. A bit too cold to run around shirtless on the few sunny days. No, you still go outside and you get it on your face. On your face and on your wrists and on your hands is enough. You still get exposure. You still get exposure. But yeah, I mean, but also in northern Europe, in northern Europe and these areas where you can't get very much vitamin D, eating fatty fish, for vitamin D, but also vitamin A, these other fat-soluble vitamins. So like you see cod liver oil is really popular in places like Norway, Scandinavian countries. Fatty fish are abundant in these places where you are disconnected from the sun. So in these areas where you're disconnected from the sun, having a diet that's high in marine foods also really, really beneficial for health, longevity, and just feeling good in general health. You know, because whenever we disconnect from the sun, we are stressing the body in certain ways. But of course, the body, our physiology is so amazing at finding balance that, and you know, this amazing reality that we live in. Almost every single environment that you can think of on this planet is inhabited by human beings. Places where you wouldn't think we'd be able to survive, we thrive. David Myrla says, be blessed in all your endeavors and your family. I love and appreciate all you've done. Matthew 6, verse 33. Well, thank you. Thanks, man. Look at all these questions. They're comments. We got loads of people watching. Is it common to lose a lot of strength on keto? Sure, it's common to lose strength on keto when you're starting out the diet. How much strength? I don't know. Sometimes this is a subjective thing too, right? But when you do start out a ketogenic diet, you're going to lose some strength. You're going to lose a little bit of power, and you're going to want to actually maybe chill out on like the heavy intense lifting. Don't expect to hit any PRs. Don't expect to be like, you know, smashing your personal records when you're first starting out keto. But your strength comes back as you adapt. As you adapt, your strength comes back. You know what's interesting? So methylene blue, and I'm not recommending people take this. This is not recommended for human consumption, although I'm consuming one 250 microgram drop of it right now in the sunshine. Is mitochondria seem to react, they don't seem to, it's known that they react really beneficially to certain frequencies of light, especially red light. So when you're out in the sun, you're actually absorbing energy from your environment, like photosynthesis in plants. As I said, methylene blue. Methylene blue, when cells are activated with these red light frequencies and methylene blue, there's actually a synergistic effect that makes you able to generate more energy through the mitochondria. So mitochondrial health is huge. I don't try not to get too deep into the nerdy science stuff. If you're still, all right, 6 Retro 6. If you still get hungry every 8 to 12 hours, you're not in ketosis. According to some, sounds like you won't get hungry ever. That's not true for all people. Depends on your physiology, your genetics. Which, like, the genetic argument, the genetic determinist model is nonsense. It's been proved 1,000,000 times in 1,000 different ways with simple thought experiments that are even within the bounds of these people who call upon this all the time. The genetic thing is nonsense, but epigenetically, you could be more predisposed to more hunger, meaning like if you're just really lean. So me, I'm pretty lean right now. I'm not as lean as I was maybe like 5 weeks ago. And 5 weeks ago, I was super, super hungry. When I get real ripped, when I get really lean, my hunger goes up. And there's, you know, different people with different metabolisms, different levels of stress. Your sleep cycle will affect your hunger levels, many different things other than just ketosis. So just because you're hungry doesn't mean that you're failing on a ketogenic diet. It just might mean that you're not reacting like everybody reacts. And it might also mean that, like, you've been maybe you've been misled by the marketers, right? I mean, these dudes are out there just like, oh, keto is going to do everything for you. If you just eat a bunch of fat, then you're going to lose weight. You don't have to do anything else. Like, calories don't matter. It doesn't matter how much you eat. I mean, there's a lot of nonsense out there, so maybe you're just a little bit confused about, you know, what to expect because of that nonsense. Anita says, I get hungry, and I do intermittent fasting, and yes, I am in ketosis. Absolutely. I get hungry. I'm in ketosis. All right. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Alistair, don't trigger me, man. You know I think Star Wars is lame. Whack-ass Disney crap. Pop culture filth. All right, I worked in a sealed building with no exterior light. Dark nights in... Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, says Alistair Thompson. I worked in a sealed building with no exterior light. Dark nights in winter would mean almost no sunlight when I was busy. Luckily, don't work there. Yeah, man, good for your health. You know, people who work night shifts, nurses, shift workers, You know, cops who work night shift. How about that? Like police officers. Woo! That's, you know, I mean, not only is that a really difficult job, and as a police officer, anybody you're encountering in the middle of the night, probably not the most savory of characters, and they're probably not too stoked to see you either. So yeah, I feel for you, man. That's a crappy job, and I'm glad you're out of it. Shift work can be really hard. One way to actually get around this, though, and I'm going to get into this more soon, is there's actually some medical devices out there now. Well, they're not, I don't even know if they're considered medical devices, but they're lights, like the Juve light. And I actually, you know, talked to Jack Cruz many times in the past. He had some thing he was putting out there. And I'm not saying I promote this product at all. Or that just because I had Jack Cruz on doesn't mean I agree with everything he said or promote him. But he does make some salient points. Does talk some nonsense. And so anyways, he had a product out as well that was like a red light generating device. But the Juve light is a red light device that emanates 660 nanometers and 810 nanometers, and if you blast yourself with this red light a few times a day, 20 minutes a day is enough, a few times. Hey Jessica, can you come close this hose? Yeah. I'm live on YouTube, blabbering to myself. Alright. So yeah, that's a way that you could supplement with light. Very interesting. There's some not so expensive products out there. The Juve light runs like a grand, I think a little bit under $1,000. If you look at the studies, if you look at just the anecdotal reports, and I'm gonna experiment with one of these things, even though I don't really need it because of where I live, the place I choose to live, the place I choose to reside. Where you reside. Remember that ODB line? How you live. How you reside. Isn't that an ODB thing from something? Am I just speaking schizo nonsense? Anyways, I don't really need something like that. Jessica backs me up, something like that. How you live? It's like an ODB thing in some song. It's like, I don't give a F who you is. So yeah, you could supplement with that stuff. But I'm going to experiment with one of these lights soon, especially as the rainy season comes here, which is just starting now. We get periods where there's very little light. You know, very little sunlight, still more than other places, and it breaks through the clouds. Yeah, I'm gonna experiment with that soon. So yeah, you can supplement with light, which is crazy. Can eating once a day delay/affect periods? Even if you starting, I have gradually eating healthy fats and lots of green veggies. There you go. Intermittent fasting, female losing her period. Pretty common. Intermittent fasting can be stressful hormonally on females, and it's not the panacea that the gurus are making it out to be. I'm sorry, these people are. I mean, they're masturbating the Google echo chamber, right? So you go to Google AdWords, you see what's popular. Intermittent fasting, keto. You jump on the bandwagon. You're a 250-pound guy on obviously exogenous anabolic hormones, maintaining a ridiculous physique that doesn't even make sense physiologically. It's beyond your natural limits. And you can advertise any fitness nonsense, right? So you got all these fitness dudes, they jump on these bandwagons and they just switch it up. It's like there's a lot of scarcity mentality in the fitness industry too, because it's mostly charlatans, right? I mean, let's be honest. So yeah, I don't know how I got to that, but there's a lot of nonsense out there. Soy7ENT Soylent says full spectrum lights are awesome. Yeah. How about the most full spectrum light there is right there? Whew, and I'm almost maxed out. It's been like 15 minutes and I'm like maxed out. I'm about to get out of this sun. It's too much. Ning, what's up? Kid eating once a day. Okay, we're talking about intermittent fasting for females. All right, so females out there, please don't jump into the hype of keto plus intermittent fasting is the ultimate thing for everybody to do. Wait. I'm back. Here's where I am. I had to come here. I'm in the refrigerator. I had to cool off my phone. My phone overheated. Sorry, guys.
I guess you learned your lesson.
So, okay, thoughts on breastfeeding and keto diet. Since breast milk is itself higher fat, lower carb, would doing keto while breastfeeding be okay? Jessica. Let's go ask Jessica. It was the sun's fault. Yeah, it was the sun's fault. Look at Jessica's so vibrant right now. Wait, how do you... There.
Hello.
Oh, look at the camera just gravitates to you. Can you do keto while breastfeeding?
I have been.
Why would people say you shouldn't?
Oh, there's all kinds of information. I mean, people say you shouldn't do high-fat diets in general.
People say a lot of things.
People say a lot of things.
People say women should intermittent fast all the time and do keto. Look how weird the new camera is. It like does this wobble thing. You see that? That wobble effect?
You shaking the camera?
No, but it does. It like warps the picture. Something's weird on these new iPhones. Anyways, Jessica's been keto breastfeeding, keto booby feeding for a long time. Ariana's down here. I'm coming back out in the sun, but I'm not gonna put the phone in the sun. All right. What else, guys? Keto breastfeeding. As far as like breastfeeding, of course, you know, talk to your doctor. Your doctor is a god, and you must listen to everything they say, and they're unquestionable because they have a degree. It's like me. Like I also have a degree, college degree, so I'm unquestionable. I am setting myself up as an authority on everything. Doctor, if you're a scientist, you know all. If you're a doctor, you know everything. John C says, no, return that Apple product. Apple, what am I going to do? Apple's everywhere. It's like either Apple or a Google product, right? The lesser of two full-on evils. I consumed a lot of fat while breastfeeding, and it made my breast milk super fatty. I know this for a fact because I had it measured. That's so cool, Elizabeth. You had your breast milk measured? Tell us more, Elizabeth. All right, there's just so many comments. This is crazy. What's up in Iceland? All right. Good evening from the land down under. Need to go to bed. Right on. Good night, Annie. Just wanted to say thank you for all the great information you provide. Well, thank you. It's almost not... Okay, I already read this. Social media has changed so much recently. Ridiculous. Social media. It's anti-social media, right? It's anti-social media. It's dehumanizing. I mean, it gives people just... Look at that. Look at that. This cloud looks amazing. I'm trying to see if I could... That cloud. The one right... I don't even know how to point there. You probably can't see it as well as I can. Just amazing. Alright. Yeah, social media, it's completely toxic, guys. I'm sorry. And like, here I am on, I posted the link up on Facebook. I'm here on YouTube. YouTube, when it first came out, YouTube was amazing. I mean, it used to be like, when it first came out, it was a hotbed for the spread of really important information. I mean, there were citizen journalists reporting on things you'd never see in the mainstream media. It was kind of this renaissance of citizen-based journalism and the ability for anybody to publish a documentary. YouTube was incredible. Now, the whole thing. I mean, and of course, my perspective is skewed because I'm using YouTube as a business interface and stuff too, right? So it's like, and I see the nonsense. Like I just see. I see stuff in my niche, and it's just like the level of falseness and of just, it's image is everything. Like what's his face says in that show, Vice Principals. Vice Principals, that show is the metaphor of the American dream now. What happened to the American dream? Social media, anti-social media, socialist world government media. That's what it's going to become, right? Like in China, they actually use social media to socially police the people. And it's the same in the West. We just pretend like we're more advanced and we're doing it voluntarily. But in China, they're putting in a system where you can rate your fellow citizens. So it's like, how Uber, how you can rate people? And Google already does this with algorithms, right? Why does every single video I put out get demonetized instantly? Like within a day, every video I put out, especially live hangouts, demonetized. I have to request a manual review. Sometimes the manual reviews give it back to me, but it's this process that happens over and over again. Alistair, what's up? I work with a professor who is trying to condense breast milk for premature babies, and she needed volunteers. Other women had very little fat in their milk, and their babies had problems growing. Elizabeth, I can't tell you how many babies there are around here, same age as our son Ryder. You know what a common thread is, though? The ones that are thriving are the ones that are on a high-fat diet like us. It's great. And it's not just because everyone's narcissistically looking for somebody who does the things they do and so, oh, they're doing it right. But, like, really, like, objectively, a lot of the babies that we've seen lately, the new slew of babies around here, a a lot of them have kind of a failure to thrive. And one of the common threads among these kids that seem a little, they have a pallor, bags under the eyes and stuff, some of them with more autistic type behavior, very low fat diets, a lot of vegan parents, like, you know, I mean, we see it. But, you know, I mean, we got some friends who got this little baby, they named him Odin. And one of their kids, they got a 5-year-old or 4-year-old named Osiris, they got another kid named Odin. Shout out to Odin. But Odin's rad. He's like 6 months right now, and the kid is just a beast. He's so big. He looks like he's a year old. High fat diet, the mom eating lots of fats. And then Ryder is just, I mean, he started trying to walk maybe even too early. I mean, he was walking at 10 months. And just the speed at which he crawls, his coordination, his intelligence, it's off the chains. Like, the kid is, you know, of course it's my kid, so I think he's so awesome. Is it more difficult to lose on keto when you have insulin resistance? Because I'm losing weight so slow. I do intermittent fasting also. Intermittent fasting can exacerbate stress, which can make you eat more. As a female, I would say the intermittent fasting would be the thing to troubleshoot. So, you know, insulin resistance, yeah, of course it can make you lose body fat slowly, but keto can help correct that insulin resistance rather quickly. Hello from Uruguay. What's up, Leticia? Leticia de Uruguay. Yo quiero visitar Uruguay. Pero no hay montañas. Me gustan montañas. Es muy plano en Uruguay. Hay gente que dice que no le gusta la clima también. Pero yo quiero visitar. Wonder if he's still talking to himself. I know I do when I lose people on a phone call. I talk to myself even when I'm not losing people on a phone call. All right, intermittent fasting. So anyways, guys, intermittent fasting, it is a tool that can help you to lose body fat and to actually improve insulin sensitivity. But at the same time, if you're fasting at the wrong time as a female, like skipping breakfast, so you wake up in the morning, cortisol rises. The cortisol goes up. Cortisol goes up because you need it to go up. You need your blood glucose to rise. That cortisol goes up, and we do need to blunt that cortisol. We don't want it to stay up indefinitely. You don't blunt that cortisol, you give yourself coffee that's raising your stress hormones even more, putting yourself into even more of a catabolic state. Then you go for like 3-4 more hours. I see questions popping up here and I try to ignore it. And I keep my train of thought. You go a few more hours in that high cortisol state, your body's still breaking down the body from stress hormones. You know, adrenaline goes up. And this can feel good for a little while, but it can be detrimental to long-term fat loss because by the time you eat, you're so hungry, and I know I've experienced this with intermittent fasting. You wait a long time, and by the time you eat, your satiety signaling is not hitting properly, and you end up eating more than you would if you just ate in the morning. So, women out there, even if you're sticking with the IF, right? The guru on YouTube, who, you know, with a slickly marketed, tightly edited, you know, professional, the guy told me that I should do intermittent fasting. If you're going to stick to it, that's cool, but try eating in the morning instead, right? So you wake up in the morning, say you wake up 6 a.m., eat within an hour of waking up, go outside, get some sunshine. That actually helps to drop cortisol too. It helps to release nitric oxide in the skin, also helps you increase dopamine. All the neurochemistry is super lined up with the light environment that we're in. So go outside, spark that dopamine, drop the cortisol, get the vitamin D, which is, there's way more going on than vitamin D, as we talked about earlier, and eat in the morning, and then fast from the afternoon to the next morning. You had many people commenting here saying that they took that advice and they ended up really helping with their hunger throughout the day. Because intermittent fasting helps you to not be hungry. It doesn't make you lose weight in absence of a calorie deficit. And it can help improve insulin sensitivity, and it can keto can also help improve insulin sensitivity. Although keto makes you insulin resistant in your peripheral muscle tissues. It makes you insulin sensitive in your liver. And remember, you want to be insulin resistant in the peripheral muscle tissues because you don't want to be soaking up a bunch of glucose all the time. Your body has to save some of that glucose for parts of the brain that require it. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? Should have bought Android. I don't know. Should have bought Android. Google. I mean, even the name of Google's products are dehumanizing, right? Do androids dream of Google censorship? Do androids dream of electric sheep? That's a great book. Mercer. I consumed a lot of fat while okay, I'm sorry, I already read that. John C. Hello, John C. Mark says, I'm 1 month into keto, down 15 pounds. Good job, man. Just started 16.8 IF yesterday. Do I eat the same amounts as I would in these 2 meals as I would 3 meals without IF? All right, that's a good question, Mark. So you're doing IF. So doing intermittent fasting and keto, you already lost 16 pounds. Will doing intermittent fasting at the same caloric intake improve your results? Doubtful. So if you're trying to accelerate your results, intermittent fasting might be a way that you can drop your hunger levels and eat a little bit less. But I wouldn't expect just eating in that smaller window at the same caloric intake to affect your fat loss significantly. Although they have done studies where meal timing can significantly affect fat loss, meaning people who eat early in the day lose more fat than people who eat late in the day. The moms were shocked. Wait, what's going on here? How much broccoli will put me out of ketosis? It's an individual thing. And you shouldn't be so worried about being in ketosis all the time after every meal. Am I still in ketosis? I ate 1 more bite of my steak than I thought I was going to eat. Am I in ketosis? Ah! All right. Elizabeth, I would love to hear more about your experiments with your breast milk on a high-fat diet. Was that a ketogenic diet or just a high-fat diet? Any experience with oil pulling? Yeah, I mean, nothing profound to speak of. It feels good. Oil pulling, she's referring to oil pulling as a way for like cleaning your mouth and your teeth. You just swish a bunch of oil around for a long time. I've done it. Didn't do anything amazing for me. Total carbs versus net carbs. Net carbs if you're doing whole foods, right? Not net carbs from Quest bars, right? If you're making your own foods, using your own ingredients, use net carbs. The only thing that I don't count the carbs on, the only sweetener that I find for me is keto-friendly, Lakanto's one brand of it, but erythritol. I like the Lakanto with monk fruit extract, which is erythritol with monk fruit extract. Just a little bit of the monk fruit extract. Oh, Jess, can you close that again? It's just a little bit of the monk fruit extract because the monk fruit extract can have a aftertaste. But they figured out how to mix it with the erythritol so you get that texture. And then the monk fruit extract actually helps to balance blood sugar levels. Actually helps to drop blood sugar levels. So that's a cool thing. But yeah, I use net carbs. And when I use erythritol, I use net carb. Or yeah, I don't even count the erythritol as carbs. Thoughts on staying in ketosis while fighting a cold or flu? Shouldn't be a contraindication there. Although if you had a cold or flu, I wouldn't try to adapt to a ketogenic diet right then. Yeah? Tristan, for about a week, I ate a teaspoon of raw honey every morning to see if it would slow my weight loss, and I actually lost weight faster. Ooh, but the insulin! But the insulin! Oh, the insulin's going to kill you! That's fructose! Look, honey is a great food. So this is the thing. Carbohydrates are not bad. Carbohydrates have their place, and carbohydrate intake for some people can be beneficial for fat loss. Right? If you're insulin sensitive, carbohydrates are fine. Insulin resistant individuals can become insulin resistant. They're not doomed to be insulin resistant because, you're genetically insulin resistant. Or you're fat because you're insulin resistant. Well, then when you get unfat, you lose your insulin resistance, right? So insulin resistance is caused by, thank you so much. Look at the lovely Jessica.
My pleasure.
I can't even see. Burn the phone again. We're looking up at you like you're the sun. All right. So Jessica wants to stand in front of me and distract me now.
No, I don't.
She's like dancing in front of me. She's like prancing around in the sun in front of me. Gotta go, guys. All right. Do I need to worry about raising my insulin levels by drinking herbal tea throughout the day? Licorice root is a favorite. Kathy, licorice raises cortisol levels, not insulin levels. So I would actually be a little bit concerned with drinking licorice tea late in the day. Early in the morning, licorice would probably be a better idea. Of course, I'm not a doctor or an expert at using all these herbs, but yeah, licorice is a strong herb. Is a very strong herb. I wouldn't do it all the time. All right, so Mutant Stoner says maybe it was my imagination, but it's nice eating honey. Yeah, look, Mutant Stoner, who knows if that carbohydrate was improving your results, but it just goes to show people's words and repetition of words can really format our reality to a certain extent, right? It's like it's just like that, the robot, right? Sophia, which is the goddess of wisdom in the Gnostic tradition. Of course, they named the robot Sophia, right? So man gives birth to the goddess of wisdom. which then he's used to enslave man. Weird. So this robot said in front of the Saudis the other week, Sophia, and it was this whole programmed show, and it was just like, it was such a joke. It was obviously this robot wasn't really speaking, wasn't like real high level AI, but they're putting it out there like such. She says they programmed it to say, I know humans are very smart and very programmable. But it's true. It's like people are programmable, right? What do you see like with this? The insulin is bad, insulin is bad, insulin is bad. And then every time you see someone eating sugar or something, you start to like judge them. And it's like, it just creates this thought form that's just as toxic as the vegan nonsense, right? So no, insulin is not the reason for all the ills of civilization. Why do we become insulin resistant? It's not just insulin. It's not carbs. It's not the carbohydrates. There's many different things that can make us insulin resistant, including a disrupted circadian rhythm, right? All right, Tristan, do you notice any change in the way you feel when you eat more carbs? No, actually now, no. I do notice if I eat carbs now, I'll become more hungry, naturally. I'll want some more carbs, but it doesn't seem to make me bounce back anymore. I'm pretty insulin sensitive right now. Carbohydrates don't negatively affect me. In the past, many carbs affected me negatively, but if I eat carbs that agree with my gut, no problem. And I do eat carbs occasionally. I had some carrot juice yesterday. Might have some later today. Oh no, but the insulin! No, it's not the insulin, guys. There's way more going on. We can't just myopically blame one thing. Just like they blamed saturated fat. You see the same thing going on in the keto community. They're creating this narrative, this like religious narrative of, oh, I have to do this for the rest of my life. And a lot of these people, they're just blinded by their prophets anyways, right? They're the prophets of prophets. The prophets of profit. Tony Robbins and the prophets of profit. See, I don't just sell you nonsense, guys. I tell you what I really think. Sorry for those who are butthurt about that. If you eat a lot of fiber before a small amount of carbs that you want to add in your diet, like a handful of blueberries or cherry tomatoes, does that help blunt insulin, or does that sound silly? It's a good question. All right, so, wait, making sure I can't see your questions. Okay, David, it's not silly. Fibrous carbohydrates give less of an insulin response, but eating a mixed meal completely changes the insulin response to everything. So the whole glycemic index thing, it kind of goes out the window as soon as you eat protein or fat with any of your food. It completely changes the insulinogenic effects of those foods. And that doesn't mean that eating fat, so if you're going to eat sugar, you just add some fat. That's misled. That's kind of a not very clever way to go about it, right? That's Jimmy Moore nonsense. But it works for him, right? Oh, wait. Hello, Switzerland here. Make some lots of plata, mucha plata. He's got it. You see, he's selling a new ketone meter. Jimmy Moore's ketone meter. So every time you measure blood ketones, you give a little $1 to Jimmy Moore. The carrot cake recipe is a new family favorite. I normally don't eat treats, but I wanted something for the holidays. Michelle White, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm not one who like usually. Jessica's gonna laugh because then when she makes these things, I smash them. But usually I don't eat like a bunch of keto cakes and stuff like that. Every once in a while, but man, the ones that Jessica makes, some of these are just so good. The keto carrot cake is an amazing recipe, and that's a really good one to bring. That's a really good one to bring to potlucks and stuff like that. You're coming into the holidays now. One of the big things about surviving the holidays, maintaining your sanity in your diet, maintaining your lifestyle, is when you go to parties, when you go to like get-togethers, family group things. It's not even always parties, right? Sometimes it's just like an office get-together that you kind of have to go to, and maybe you don't want to go to it. But bringing your own food is a really good strategy. That's the way to do it. You got to bring your own keto-friendly stuff, and also just bridging the gap for people. Like Michelle, if you're a mom, it's really cool to be able to make something. Like if your kids need carbs, right? Like we don't give our kids a ketogenic diet. I think it's ridiculous. Some dork put a video out recently talking about how to give your kids a keto diet, and it's like a 4-minute video of a dude with a whiteboard. He's just like, yes, I am a doctor, and he's talking about how the guy's he's a chiropractor. Nothing wrong with chiropractors, but anyways, this dude's talking about putting kids on a ketogenic diet. I didn't watch the whole video because it was nauseating, but it was just like ridiculous. Don't put your kids on a keto diet. So anyways, if you got kids and you make keto style foods like that carrot cake, you can give them like high fat, really good nutrient dense foods that don't have sugar in them. So it's like, I mean, our kids, they don't eat a keto diet, but they eat the keto style foods we eat, right? So they eat a high fat diet. They eat all the foods we eat. They eat a whole foods diet, no refined sugar. We don't give them grains. I mean, sometimes they'll have some stuff. Like, it's not like they're never allowed to eat wheat or anything. Or like, you know, they'll have a piece of cake or something now and then at a party. And I'll sit there and I'll try not to cringe. Try to be like, oh, maybe you should have got the gluten-free one. I'll just shut my mouth. Let them enjoy it. Let them live their life. Don't put your dogma on your kids. But yeah, these recipes, especially, I mean, there's so many recipes in the Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking, which is Jessica's new book. Jessica, what's the book called?
The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking.
The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. It's rad, but a lot of those recipes are really good for bridging the gap for family and friends. I don't know if my thing is gonna die. My phone might die soon, guys. If my phone dies, check out more at primaledgehealth.com. But for those of you who are looking to, you know, to use some of these recipes, especially in the holidays, I mean, these baked goods recipes, they're not all sweets, but a lot of the ones we've been showing lately, just because the holidays are coming up, people go to potlucks and stuff. The carrot cake, the cookies, the zucchini cookies, stuff like that, those can be really good. People bring these to potlucks and people don't even realize that they're low carb, that they're like healthy, you know, and these can bridge the gap for people. If you got a stubborn husband, a stubborn spouse, trying to bring them in, come to the fat side. Zucchini cookies were to die for, says Lisa Katz. Well, how about to live for? But no, that's a distortion too, right? Jennifer, what's up? Says, what's up from Deutschland? When you have a question and want to get back to the science of ketogenics, who do you read? Who are your favorite authors? I read scientific studies. I don't have any favorite authors or researchers. I actually just look at like the studies that come out, right? So I've read, you know, Volek and Finney's stuff and, you know, a lot of the books that have been put out there. I've read them. The way to go about it, I think, the way I do research is I just look at the latest stuff coming out on PubMed, having to do with keto, having to do with diabetes research. I look at the confounding studies, the ones that disagree with the opinions that I've come up with in the past. So, no, Keenan Doyle, no, don't come on here and advertise, weirdo. All right. So yeah, I mean, I read scientific studies. I go on PubMed. I look at the actual research, not what people say about the research, right? So I haven't read like a lot of the new stuff that's come out because I see what's going on. I see the trends. You know, it's trending, brah. Brandon Carter. All right. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. I cut out there for a second. Can you get a special deal if you buy both books? We don't have any special deal on both books. You get a virtual hug, says Jessica. You get a virtual high five. You get both books. Yeah, sorry, no, we haven't made any separate things on both books. You're like the Ragnar Lothbrok of Ketosis. What a name, right? I still haven't watched that show. Thank you, Tristan. You have the most subtle and complex understanding of non-medical ketosis on the internet. Dang, David Tawil. Subtle. I love subtle. It's a good word, right? All right. I made your wife's bread, and it smelled like chlorine. What the heck are you talking about? Maybe you use chlorine water in it or something? I don't know why your bread would smell weird.
I made it
that sucks.
It smells like butter.
You make it all the time. It smells like butter. Smells and tastes like buttery bread.
Are you all done?
Tristan, give us your Thanksgiving meal plan / ideas for this year. Thanksgiving meal plan. What does that mean?
What are we doing for Thanksgiving?
Meal plan? We live in Ecuador. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving, dude. Thanksgiving. Every day is Thanksgiving, right? Every morning, every moment. It's Thanksgiving right now for Daisy. She's like, thank you for the sun and the snuggles. Daisy's face is healing. Look at the Daisy's one chaka wound. Daisy battled.
So gross.
It's so gross. And she's got this big scab. Look at that. It was like 2 credit cards thick of skin underneath this pit bull's face that got gouged out by a wanchaka.
Which is a possum.
No, wanchaka. No, it's such a cooler word, those wanchaka. It's a possum. She fought a possum. She kills them all the time. Okay, Michelle says, I think it's awesome that you can have a treat from Jessica's cookbook and know you're nourishing your body as well as being happy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right? Well, it's like the food doesn't make us happy, right? But hey, it's fun. Food won't make it. It's not a lasting happiness, anything from food. It's temporary, but it's really cool to be able to like make, it's like to be able to eat carrot cake, not feel guilty, not like have to, of course some of them are still super palatable, so you got to make sure you don't eat 10 pieces of it, but you don't get that feeling like that weird feeling that you get from, normal cake.
And it's nice to be able to share it so liberally with people.
Tristan, does keto actually negate the effect when you stop lifting weights, so you keep all your gains you've made before, or you lose muscle mass? If you stop lifting weights, you're going to lose muscle mass. Your body has to be told that it needs muscle to keep it. If you just lay in bed, you get muscle wasting, right? The baking cookbook has been a lifesaver for me. So many parties lately, and I've brought my own food.
Nice.
That's what's up. You bring your own food. And the people who will like it, it's like a good bridge. It's a conversation maker. Right? It's like nobody likes when somebody just bashes their diet over someone's head. Vegans, vegans, vegans. Nobody likes that. Am I like as annoying as the vegans with my anti-vegan stuff now? Become what you resist. No, that's not true. You don't become what you resist. Sometimes you have to resist things for a long time. All right, what else is going on? It says, don't listen to Dr. Eric Berg? I don't know. I see these videos pop up all the time. There's a lot of different people out there. I don't know if that's who I was. I hope. All right. Oh, what's going on? Anita says, I need your cookbook. You don't need it. You don't need anything. Look, we put a lot of recipes up on the website for free too. So if you don't want to spend any money, if you don't like this content or whatever, you don't have to support it. If you enjoy the content, if you like what we do, support it. Get the book. It's only $20, available in ebook form. We got 2 books. The one book, the one we were just talking about with the baked good stuff, The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking, that one's really cool for the holidays. But for beginners, for if you're trying to start out this lifestyle, trying to start out eating healthy, treating yourself right, the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook, a training manual for low-carb, ketogenic, and paleo cuisine is the one to get. Look at Daisy. So sweet. Daisy doesn't get very many snuggles like this anymore because we have babies. We have babies. It's funny, when you have babies, your dogs just become like rugs. Rugs that you feed, snuggle every once in a while. What's up, System A Fox? Okay. Frisco, Texas. I really enjoy your honesty and content. Thank you. I really enjoyed your comment you just made flattering me. I'm just kidding. Oh, don't flatter me. I'm celebrity trainer Tristan Haggard. Hey, I'm celebrity trainer Tristan Haggard.
Hey, that was a good one.
I try to market to high-end clientele. Hi, I'm Tristan, celebrity trainer, ketogenic diet expert, and knower of everything.
Self-made.
Self-made, thousandaire. Why is this stream buffering all the time? Because I'm sorry. I left twice. Extra cuddles for Daisy, someone says. Brian says, love watching you and Jason Whitrock. Right on, man. Thank you. Gotta scoot all. Love life. Cancel. He says, okay, so he said, love watching you and Jason Whitrock. I know I criticized some of the things that Jason Whitrock had said. That doesn't mean I don't like him. Come on, guys. Just throwing that out there for those of you who people try to start nonsense between people and people get so sensitive. All right, later, Alistair. All right, Teapot says, tried some recipes from the cookbook and they were delish. Mama's Best Meatballs, cheesy pepper meat pie, creamy cauliflower mash, coconut garlic Brussels sprouts. Everything was so good. Yes! And that's the original book. That's from the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook, guys. And, some of these recipes are actually available on our website. We're going to put out a video with Mama's Best Meatballs soon, showing you how to do it with beef heart or a liver, which can make it way more delicious. Volta Speeder says, man, you and your family deserve every penny you make from the cookbook. Well, thank you, man. That's why we don't sell it on Amazon. Amazon is actually, the amount that they give to their content producers, the people who are using Amazon for publishing, has gone down drastically. Affiliate links and stuff like that. All this stuff's dropping. Now they've consolidated it. They've got you in their hands. They've used all the entrepreneurs on the internet who want to work from home, who want to use their Amazon links. Amazon has hijacked the laziness of these individuals because you put it all in one space, and now rape and pillage. Now they're going to keep dropping how much you get. So if you're publishing, don't publish your shit on Amazon. Don't use Amazon to print your books. And if you're publishing an ebook, just sell it on your website. Why do you got to sell it on Amazon? Drive your traffic through your website. Don't depend on Google and Amazon, these consolidated massive corporations whose only bottom line is profit, to reap your benefits, reap the benefits of your labor. Gotta seize the means of production. I'm just kidding. No, none of that. Don't seize the means of production. None of that, Johnny. You're not gonna seize the means of production today. I know you're a vegan and a lesbian now. You can't seize the means of production yet. All right. Freaking weirdo. I drink hard liquor with keto, says Ashley. Oh, yeah. State of Being says Amazon is a joke for sellers. Yeah, I've seen Amazon destroy many businesses. Amazon is a joke for sellers. It is... Look, I mean, you look at the projected future that Amazon and Google are trying to create. It is anti-human. It is dehumanizing. And that's why they're using these social media platforms to dehumanize people, to pump out nonsense. And, I mean, it doesn't, like... Ooh, all right. Let's get back to keto. This video will be demonetized, by the way, guys. This video is already demonetized. Hey, Labtail says, Mama's Best meatballs are awesome. Jessica made them this morning. I was like, you should have waited. We could have done a recipe video. This week, we'll do a recipe video of the meatballs. Is there any pre-soak needed for wild game heart? Well, for beef heart, there's not. Wild game heart, you shouldn't need any pre-soaking. What you would do is you grind it with your ground beef. So grind it, put your ground beef in there with the beef heart, and that's all good. Lucas Garcia says, hi from Argentina, you rock. What's up, Lucas? All right. What else is going on? Did you answer the question about keto and booze? What's the question? Keto and booze. You can drink alcohol on a ketogenic diet. You can smoke crack on a ketogenic diet. You can do meth on a ketogenic diet. You can do whatever you want. You can do jumping jacks on a ketogenic diet. Alcohol will interrupt ketosis. As far as like a habit for health, longevity, feeling good, being a productive member of the human race. Racist. Yeah, I mean, I don't think alcohol is the best thing, but it can, I don't know, has its place, right? In moderation. You can drink alcohol on a ketogenic diet. The types of alcohol you're going to want to focus on, though, are going to be non-sugary stuff. So you don't want to use, check out Ari climbing. Monkey girl. I'm going to say. Don't want to drink beer. You don't want to drink mixed drinks, white wine, liquor, red wine. Stuff like that. I study biochemistry and would love to do some research on the ketogenic diet. Right on, Letitia, do it. Do some research. I mean, you get to pick. Do you get to choose what your area of research is? If you do, then that's awesome. Mark says, I made the meatballs this past weekend. Very good. Is that meatball recipe on the website, Jessica?
No, there's a beef heart burger patty. The
beef heart burger patty is on the website. For those of you looking to learn how to use organ meats, try that one. That's a good one. Alejandro says it's great to see you live. Right on. Nice to see you too, man. I'm seeing lots of comments, people saying what's up. Not that many questions. I think I'm going to start moving on, guys. I think it's been quite a while. Does Jessica happen to make her own kombucha or have a recipe? You want to talk about ferments?
I don't make kombucha. I don't have the Scooby down here. We live in Ecuador, so some of this stuff is.
I don't really like kombucha. I don't think we want to. We could get kombucha
Scobies. Yeah.
Scooby. Scooby Dooby Doo.
I like fermented vegetables a lot. I like fermented salsa. I like fermented fruit juice for the kids. Like, we can take pineapple juice and put some whey in it and ferment it.
She makes vinegars.
I make vinegars.
Banana vinegar with the bananas from out front there.
I've made banana and strawberry and pineapple vinegar.
Vinegars are really fun things to make
good.
As far as ferments go.
Yeah.
That's a good one to start with. Banana vinegar is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. I keep seeing Keto OS and BHB salts. Are these things necessary to stay in ketosis? They're necessary to continue the profits of the profits of profit. You know, I mean, this is the thing. Like, something becomes trendy, then the marketers get to it, the fitness industry catches on to it. So you're seeing the mad rush, right? You're seeing the gold rush, the keto gold rush right now. Everybody's trying to capitalize on the ignorance of most people. Spend a lot of my time on this channel trying to unignorantize us all, to trying to educate the audience on what the truth is behind some of this stuff. And the truth is Keto OS and these ketone products are a great way to extract large amounts of money from starry-eyed people who want a quick fix, right? Just eat a bunch of fat, ketos, you just get into ketosis and you're gonna lose weight. You know, it's like people like this stuff. People like to, I mean, we all like to have our laziness justified for us, right? We all want to do something simple. Just take this salt, this beta-hydroxybutyrate salt, and if you take beta-hydroxybutyrate salt, and you'll be in ketosis and you'll lose weight. It doesn't just work like that. I'm sorry, guys. It doesn't work like that. Look at all these comments now. What's up, guys? I'm a little upset with you. My girlfriend told me you have the most relaxing voice. My singing is what's supposed to be relaxing. Alejandro, R.I.P. your girlfriend. Your former girlfriend, right? You better get that lady in line. Liking my voice. State of Being says, what? I need to hear more about the vinegars. I mean, you heard it. Jessica, what's the recipe for the banana vinegar? She's coming. She'll come. Okay. Okay.
Banana vinegar. You take ripe bananas and mash them up, and you want 4 cups of ripe fruit mash.
And let's let them go ahead.
Okay. And then you add that to a glass jar and cover it with 1 liter of clean filtered water. And then you add a 1/4 cup of ground, what do you call it? We call it panela here, like ground sugar. Yeah.
We use like whole cane sugar, which is panela, also rapadura in the U.S., or they call it dehydrated cane juice crystals if they're trying to market it to vegan idiots. Not that all vegans are idiots, but people who think that they're buying raw cane juice crystals. It's panela, which in Latin America, it's unrefined sugar, which actually it's very different from white sugar. As far as like giving it to your kids and stuff.
It has a lot of minerals and things still intact.
Yeah, I mean, the dogma is so strong, right? It's crazy. It's like people are afraid of so many things now. Everyone's afraid of everything these days.
In the vinegar, right, you're activating these yeasts and bacteria that are going to come, and they feed on the sugar. So there's not any sugar in your end product.
The end product will like get you wasted if you drink too much of it. This vinegar is strong. It's not alcoholic.
And then you leave it. This is important. So you have bananas, water, and the sugar in a jar. You cover it with a dish towel or a cheesecloth, and then you have to stir it every day for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and then you taste it, and if it's strong enough.
Annie says, will you make a list of substitutes for some of the hard to get ingredients in the book? There's no hard to get ingredients in the book, so no. Check out the book. There's no hard ingredients to get in it. And any ingredients that we can get here, you can get wherever you are in the Western world. You can buy anything online. There's no hard ingredients. The hardest thing to get would be like cacao. But you just get crappy,
meats, like
organ meats or something.
Liver.
Grass-fed liver, stuff like that. But it's like we could source all these things online. U.S. wellness meats. I mean, there is a list of resources. And is there a list of resources anymore? No, we took it out because we removed all our Amazon links. Get out of here, Amazon affiliate links. We're not contributing to your nonsense.
The vinegar is cool, so you just keep it fermenting, stir it, and then test it, and then you strain it out when you're done.
Lucas says, I'm keto adapted, 7 weeks, and I'm only doing dinner, no breakfast or lunch. Is that normal? I mean, I'm not hungry. Yeah, I mean, for some people, it's normal. It doesn't mean that that's how it is for everybody, but yeah, man, if you're not hungry, if you got a lot of weight to lose, keep going, go at it. I mean, you're probably one of these individuals who has at least 20, 50, maybe 100 pounds to lose if you're not hungry at all. Your body's ready. Your body's stored up all this fat, and it's just saying, let's burn this body fat. This is another example of, like, you do not need to just eat copious amounts of fat. There's people that are telling you, oh, it doesn't matter, calories don't matter. They're saying that because in their subjective experience, they eat a ketogenic diet and they don't want to eat a lot. So for them, they don't have to count anything. But, you know, for some people, you might need to. Billy Pratt compliments my facial hair. Thank you.
As long as it's not a handlebar mustache, it's all right.
No mustache. Denise says, yay, finally caught you live while meal prepping. Right on, Denise. Hey. Denise gets fit.
What do you meal
Get fit. What are you meal prepping? Make them meatballs. Mama's best meatballs. Michelle says, I think fermented vegetables are better than kombucha.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure. We agree. I want to try your pickle relish and other fermented foods.
That one's really easy.
They seem to be a better probiotic. Yeah, is that one in the book?
It's on the website and it's on the book.
It's on the website and it's in the Ketogenic Edge cookbook. What else do you like to eat fermented apart from cabbage and pickles? I love banana vinegar. Banana vinegar is great.
I've made pickle radishes, and those are really good.
Annie laughs when I said vegan idiots. They're not vegans are not idiots, but there are idiots who are vegan. Right? There's keto idiots. So half the day I'm an idiot. 90% of the day. Right now. Boom. Thank you, Jessica. Absolutely trying that out. P.S. Trishan, maybe you should do guided meditations. Not to be non-PC. Don't ever be PC here. We're not about that. But you can get many organ meats in the non-mainstream items at ethnic grocery stores. For sure. Yeah. Go to the Chinese markets. Go to the Mexican markets and stuff. You'll find it. Yep. Is that non-PC to say ethnic? People are so afraid to say anything now because they watch... If you watch enough TV, you'll think that everything you say is potential microaggression.
Isn't that cool to see
pussified culture.
How culture is still, like, know
it's changing
how to use
constantly.
The organ meats. That was something that I like about living here. So we go to the markets and we see the organ meats. They're all available. And they're widely used.
Good looking honky says, Peter North here, old porn star. Great info.
Oh, that's good to know.
But what's so sad is I know Peter North. Peter North was like a porn star, like huge porn star back then. This is how much, like, man, speaking of toxic culture, pornography, so bad. And that was like a male porn star. And you're like, the little kids are like, yeah, that dude just gets to do all those chicks. Oh, I don't want to get into the porn thing. Porn addiction is crazy, guys. How many kids in my generation were completely addicted to porn in high school? Don't lie. You know you used to look at porn every day in high school. Get off that shit. It's destroying your mind. Whole Foods had beef heart this weekend. Get it! Nice. All right. Bought the cookbook when it first came out. Just popped in to see you, to thank you. Went from working out 7 days a week, 2 to 4 hours a day, to not... went from working out 7 days a week, 2 to 4 hours a day, to not being able to walk. A year outside of back surgery, I'm back in the gym, working to be better than before. Your dieting tips really helped with keto, helping inflammation, keep inflammation at a minimum. Panos, that's so cool, man. Back surgery. Dude, that's so rad. Wait, where's... All right. Panos, thanks for the message, man. That's really, really cool. Okay, let's see. Elizabeth bought several pounds of the beef heart. Yeah, Elizabeth, get that beef heart, grind it up, mix it in with ground beef. It's delicious. Flax and chia flatbread with homemade almond butter is maybe the best and simplest thing ever. That sounds pretty good. Although, you know, almond butter, like I use almond flour every once in a while. I like it. The almond butter's great. Almonds taste amazing. The only thing is the high inflammatory fatty acid ratio in those. Not the most beneficial, but they're great. But yeah, that and the recipe that he just mentioned, that flax and chia flatbread, that's available for free on our website, and we got a video of it as well. They're called the keto flatbreads, or flax chia flatbreads. They're really, really good. They're just like these little, I mean, you can use them as a bun for a burger. There's so many things you can do with them. I know you're not a doctor, but can keto help with pulmonary hypertension? I have heard of it, but I don't. I've heard of keto helping with hypertension. I'm not sure about pulmonary hypertension. You have to consult with the gods of the medical establishment. Jessica, did you have any morning sickness? If so, what did you eat to ease that? State of being, are you pregnant? State of being is in a state of being pregnant.
That's awesome.
Jessica, what's up with the morning sickness?
I think morning sickness is really...
Get up, would you get down with the sickness? Remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
Get up, get down with the sickness. Get up, get down with the sickness.
Your morning sickness is gone now, right?
Yeah. Back in 1998. Disturbed. So hardcore.
I drank ginger tea.
MTV.
And I took magnesium. I took extra magnesium. You can take the little pills or do magnesium oil. Rub it on your belly. And then just rest, relax, chill out. It
Sunshine.
It passes. I never had any like really bad morning sickness. I don't remember throwing up. I don't
think you threw up at all. Letitia says my boyfriend has high blood pressure, and in 3 weeks, blood pressure is normal, lost 6 kilos. Yeah, salt can actually help with blood pressure. Can keto help lower blood pressure? Yeah, and getting sufficient sodium, magnesium, potassium, really helpful for that as well, and also reducing stress. Sunshine. Huge. All right, so the individual who was just saying that, what was your name? Panos. Are you still here, Panos? Comment again if you're here. I just love that story, man. You're outside of back surgery, loving life. You went from working out 7 days a week to bedridden. I can relate, dude. Panos, comment if you're still here and give me your email address. I want to send you a free copy of The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. Because you've been doing this for a while. You probably already got the first book. But yeah, dude, if you don't have a copy of the book, I want to hook you up. So give me your email address. I'm going to send you an email with a copy of our book. Jessica, can you grab a pen so we can write down Panos' email and hook him up with a book? All right. We're going to start wrapping this up, guys. It's been a long hangout. I've cut out a few times. I'm sure I'm demonetized. Google will probably deem this completely inappropriate for, the little children who cannot handle this extremist information. All right, come on now. Panos, you want the book? Panos, there you go. That is the longest email I've ever seen. All right, that is so cool. So you were bedridden after being an intense 7 days a week working out. And I know it's really hard, man. It's like when you go from, have a traumatic brain injury like that, spinal cord injury is a traumatic brain injury, same thing, systemic response. It can be really hard to be motivated, right? It can be so easy to go into like bitterness and rage and anger. So yeah, dude, check out the book. Try some of the recipes in there. It'll kind of help. And I'm sure you've already helped a lot of other people, right? Like people who've seen you on your journey, seen you how you lost this weight and completely reworked your life after this injury. But it's cool. You'll be able to actually like show a lot of people how to do this. But also, Panos, look into red light therapy. I don't know where you live, but while you're healing, the effects of certain frequencies of light on tissue healing, on collagen regeneration, which collagen networks throughout our body are ubiquitous. We've got loads of collagen all throughout the body, fascia networks that are really important. So I want you to look into that red light therapy. The Juve light can be a really powerful tool for that. Poor connection. Sorry guys, I broke up there again. Let me make sure I've got the right email address for Panos there. Congratulations, Panos. Enjoy the book, man. Enjoy the rest of your life. Keep living. Yeah, I was kind of talking. It brought me back to when I was kind of like semi-bedridden, and I still get bedridden every once in a while with some of the after effects of injuries that I've had to my spine, to my back. And a ketogenic diet has been a really powerful part of recovery from that and reconstitution of this body, and the reduction of inflammation, the reduction of pain that comes from the reduction of inflammation is real. So, Panos, let me make sure I've got your right. Panagiotis. All right, I got your email, man. I'm going to send you a copy of The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking for those of you who enjoy this content. For those of you who want to get the book as well, go over to primaledgehealth.com. You can get it there. You're not going to get it on Amazon. You're not going to get it anywhere else. Let's see. All right. Panos says he got hit by a drunk driver head on and have gotten back up to 250 pounds. Now back down another 30 pounds. I got a ways to keep going, but did it before. Thank you for the info. Right on, man. You got this. What's your background? You have a very fresh perspective on keto. How did you end up in the middle of awesomeness? My background, 30 years of life as of now. My background, I was born, then I grew up. Now I am me. Many experiences in between, shaping this thing that you see here. Let's see. I should wrap this up. I'm going forever.
Keep saying that.
All right. Let's see. We've got some child needs to be blocked. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Thanks for joining. Jessica is nursing Ryder to sleep. Everybody is now hungry for all these delicious foods we've been talking about. So I'm going to probably eat some of the delicious foods we've been talking about, including Mama's Best meatballs. I'm going to have meatballs with eggs.
Maybe broccoli.
This is my go-to. Oh, broccoli muffins. Should maybe eat some broccoli muffins. That sounds nice. I haven't had broccoli in a long time. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. State of Being, what's up? Your tech guy. Your tech guy, what's up, man? Thanks for watching, guys. Panos, congratulations on your new lease on life. Sometimes those types of experience end up shaping us and making us something way more than we were before. But it's our choices, right? It's up to us. It's how we react to these situations that actually makes us who we are. It's the decisions we make within the circumstances that are presented us by life, by what I call God, by the circumstances we can't control. What we can control is our reaction and what we do and the meaning we choose to accept from these experiences. So everybody, thanks for watching. I'm going to go get some more sun. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next time. Don, Manuel, thank you guys for coming in and almost making me stay and answer more questions, but I got to go. You can find more at primaledgehealth.com. The books we were talking about, The Ultimate Guide to Low-Carb Baking, as well as the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook, training manual for low-carb, keto, and paleo cuisine are available only at primaledgehealth.com. You're not going to find them on that thieving Amazon.com. You're not going to find it anywhere else. This video will be demonetized and deemed not appropriate for advertisers. And I happily accept that badge, although it kind of sucks being put in the Google gulag and not being exposed. But whatever, it is what it is. It's the price of a clean conscience. Bye, guys. Have a good day. See you soon.